Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are going to be doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. So I'm going to get started today by shuffling the traditional tarot cards. And I just want to know what those listening to this reading need to know most at this time. I'm going to start by leaving things pretty open-ended because I don't really have a clear idea of exactly where the reading is going to go today. So, of course, if you would like to transmit your energy to the reading in a more powerful way, I do recommend liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as these are forms of energetic transference that do tend to allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you and your situation. Okay, so the first card that we have here is the Eight of Wands in the upright position. This card is about momentum, and it's sitting on the third eye chakra, which of course is the seat of the intuition. So what I'm getting here is that you having aligned with your intuitive voice within yourself, this process you've been going through of opening your third eye chakra has been gradually shifting your energy in such a way that is allowing you to tap into this more psychic place within yourself and really within the universe at large. And what I'm getting here is that you are building a kind of momentum, but you're doing it in an intuitive way. So whoever I'm speaking to here, you've been doing this kind of energy work on yourself, practicing getting in tune with yourself. I'm hearing for some, this might involve things that you do to get in tune, even with the rhythms and cycles of your own body, your own physical cycles, your sleep cycles, your nourishment, your movement, these kinds of things. Caring for the physical body in these ways, getting more in tune with the body's rhythms and cycles can actually put you in touch with your intuition in a deeper way, because the body is able to receive intuitive impulses. It is a layer of our energy, so to speak. One way that we can feel intuitive signals is literally through the physical body. That's why when you're around certain people, you feel butterflies, and around other people, you can feel extremely anxious. It's these different literal chemical physical reactions we are having in response to either the energy we are receiving from that person or the combination of our energy with that other person's energy, creating this kind of psychic reaction that we are picking up on chemically and feeling physically. Okay, so somehow you becoming more intuitive, again, whether it is through your physical body in some way or whether it's through some other medium, this is building a momentum towards something. And I get the sense of this being a building behind the scenes, a culmination behind the scenes. So on the surface, other people might look at this area of your life or your life generally and believe that nothing much has changed recently or that things have been fairly stagnant. In fact, you might even judge yourself in this way at times. You might wonder if you are stagnant or judge yourself as stagnant. But the guides are coming in here to let you know that you are not stagnant energetically. You've been building towards something. You've been doing energy work within yourself that has been building a kind of momentum. And this has been building to the point, I'm hearing consistency, not perfection. So it's something you've been doing consistently, but at times you might judge yourself because you feel as though you aren't doing it perfectly, quote unquote. And the guides want you to know that your consistency is more important than trying to achieve some elusive concept of perfection. Now, for some of you listening, that might actually apply to some other area of your life where you are involved with doing something or creating something, and you are being guided to remember that applying consistent energy in that direction while focusing mainly on aligning that energy from within yourself is the way to manifest this over time, the way to shift the energy in a way over time that creates or attracts the physical manifestation. That in order to make progress, it is essential to eliminate this elusive concept of perfection. Of course, perfection itself is an elusive concept, and it's something that many people use to prevent themselves from reaching their fullest potential or even just living their life to the fullest, because they are almost using perfection as an excuse to not create or do or try anything. And I'm hearing that you are someone who is freeing yourself. You've been freeing yourself from these concepts of perfection. And I'm hearing choosing authenticity and consistent energy over perfection. So maybe that applies to someone in some kind of a meaningful way. Now, I do have rest and rejuvenation reversed sitting on the crown chakra, and I'm hearing something about divine restlessness. So for someone listening, you've felt yourself spiritually pushed in some kind of a direction recently. Now, for someone listening, this could be in your love life. So if you are feeling divine restlessness in love, this can actually look like feeling really restless or even anxious to speak to a certain person, or to be in a kind of relationship or connection with a certain person, or to kind of like make things work with someone because you can sense a divine connection with them, and it's creating this feeling of restlessness. Now, of course, this won't apply necessarily in love for all of you. That is just one example. You could also be getting this divine restlessness creatively because you're feeling this push to just do something, to jump into something, to create or manifest something. Even if you can't precisely define what that is, you can feel something pulling you in a really strong way. And I'm getting a message around recognizing that this divine restlessness is actually a gift, because it indicates a timeline that you are shifting into that already carries with it the manifestation of whatever you are feeling restless about. But I'm hearing to surrender into it rather than trying to take action from that place of restlessness or trying to control it. To recognize that if you're feeling this divine restlessness, if you're feeling this indescribable push towards a person or towards a vision or a kind of situation in your life, this restlessness is the sign that you are in the process of naturally aligning with the timeline where those things you are restless about are already automatically coming into fruition. It's a sign of that, but it's not necessitating some kind of spontaneous action. In fact, I'm picking up that taking spontaneous action from this space of restlessness could ironically be counterproductive. You might have even experienced this recently when you took action from feeling this restlessness and then started spinning your wheels. Well, this is because the restlessness you're feeling is your soul realizing on a higher level that you are already in the process of aligning with the timeline that naturally carries with it the manifestation of those things. You're feeling what you're already moving into. But the way that you keep moving into it is that energy aligning that you've been doing within yourself. It's that gradual process, continuing that gradual process. I'm hearing keep doing what you're doing. So there is such a quantum level message coming through here. I hope this is coming through to someone. I know that we are speaking at such a high level, but what I'm getting is the best way I can find human words to describe this highly energetic experience is that you're feeling divine restlessness because your soul is recognizing you are in the process of now coming into the vicinity of a timeline that carries the manifestation of all of those things you're sensing, all of those things you're feeling restless about. But the way that you got here isn't through this spontaneous force or action. You can actually connect the dots looking back, and you can see things that you've been doing to gradually shift yourself energetically. And that's going to look different from person to person, but it's been this internal energy alignment process. And I feel the guides really asking you to connect the dots looking back and to realize that the reason you've gotten in the vicinity of this manifestation timeline is because of that inner work that you've been doing, however that's been looking for you personally. It's because of the way you've been lining up the energy, opening your intuition, trusting the process. And I'm hearing you're so close to a victory or to a breakthrough, with victory in the reverse position. But don't allow those feelings of restlessness as you get closer to this timeline to kind of delay you by causing you to act prematurely or spontaneously upon the restless feelings. And in doing so, to kind of go against that current of energy that actually got you to this point. Again, I know we're talking really high level here. These are real quantum conversations. But I also always feel that when this kind of information comes out in a reading, especially in these main collective reading videos, I always know it's for a reason and meant to connect with someone in a personal way. So if you are resonating with this portion of the reading and you'd like to go deeper, then I invite you to join us in our extended reading on Patreon, where we will be just taking a look at this timeline you are shifting onto, what it carries with it, how to stay aligned with it, energetically speaking, because as you know, if you are connecting with this, it's been such a balancing act for you. And so we're going to be really helping you to stay on track with that powerful manifestation timeline with some further tips and insights around that situation. So if you are feeling guided to that, then the link to access the extended version of the reading on Patreon is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. So I'm going to be reshuffling the cards here, and right away, someone wants to come through here with the thinking man upright. So I can feel that this carries a masculine energy charge, although, as I always say, we all have a balance internally of both masculine and feminine energy. So when I speak to a masculine charged energy, this could be some aspect of your internal self or your own life or environment. This also could be, of course, an external person connected to you, irrespective of gender, because these labels for the purposes of these readings do not connect with particular genders. They connect with energy dynamics. But this person, thing, or aspect does seem to carry more of a masculine energy charge, and it also seems to be extremely connected with the root chakra. So I'm hearing clearing your root chakra. Maybe someone listening here might feel guided, or maybe you've already felt that intuitive impulse to clear your root chakra energy. I'm hearing something about getting outside, getting physical movement, going for a walk in nature. So these might be specific ways that you can really ground and clear some of that root chakra energy. I'm also getting the garden and the gate in the upright position. So this is about setting boundaries, about protecting yourself. And I have to say as well that with the heart chakra reversed, this is a bit of a side message for someone, but I'm picking up that for someone listening, you've been around or connected to a group of people recently who are very closed off in the heart center. And I feel that you were guided to be in the presence of this group of people. You are someone who's extremely heart open, and part of your mission is to, here on earth, share that open-hearted energy with others, especially with those who tend to carry blockages around their heart space. But I also feel as though I'm hearing emotionally tired. So you may have been around a certain group of people so closed off in their heart. I'm hearing cold. There might be a kind of coldness around their energy that it's begun to wear you down a bit emotionally. So this might be a message to pull back as needed and to really recharge yourself, even if you do feel internally, intuitively guided to be around this group for the purpose of being an uplifter, or again, just because your intuition is guiding you to connect. I know that you are someone who's very intuitively guided. So if you're around this group, it's because it's on your soul's path for some reason. There is a reason you feel guided to connect with them. But I do feel it's important to pull back at times and allow yourself to emotionally recharge. Now, when we say emotionally recharge, this can be different from a physical or mental recharging, because sometimes when we physically recharge, we need sleep or rest. When we mentally recharge, we need to just be able to sit and do nothing or do something really mindless. But when we need to emotionally recharge, often this is when we need to be around warm, loving, supportive, inspiring influences that uplift us, that help us recharge emotionally. So if you have anyone or people in your life that simply make you feel good to be around, that make you feel supported, that understand you and see you, now might be a good time to connect with those individuals, even if it's a message or over the phone, but ideally meeting in person, just to allow yourself to be around emotionally uplifting and safe people to help you emotionally recharge from a situation where you may have been around a group that was a bit colder or more closed off in the heart space. Now, I know that's going to be very specific for a particular group of people, but I also want to shift into a bit of a different message coming out now with the Chariot. The number 777 might be connecting with someone. I'm really seeing some kind of major success in business or finances or career coming for someone who is listening. And I'm hearing that this is in response to a magnetism, a magnetic energy that you've been actively cultivating within yourself. I'm hearing something about taking credit, getting credit for something. So you might be recognized or able to take credit for something, but I'm also picking up that there might be someone connected to you who is experiencing some promotion, some windfall, some breakthrough financially or career-wise, simply as a result of being connected to you or your energy. And you might see this, or they might tell you about it, and subconsciously, or maybe consciously, you might think to yourself, I wonder if I had anything to do with that. It's like you can take credit mentally for whatever this was. Of course, everything's a co-creation, so I'm not discrediting this person's success, but you are a powerful influencer. You have a very positive, uplifting influence on the people around you. And I'm picking up someone close to you might experience, again, some kind of promotion, increase in finances, success, something just as a result of being connected to your energy, and you will consciously realize that. But that might just be for a small group of people. What I am getting for most is that you personally are going to have some moment here where I'm hearing you expand out of an obstacle, or an obstacle that was perceived to be an obstacle, but it's not even that the obstacle is broken through. It's like you expand to be so big, energetically speaking, that it's kind of like the difference between being on the ground, looking at a person, and then being in an airplane and looking down. They're still there, but you wouldn't even be able to visibly see them because your perspective has increased so dramatically that that person suddenly seems very small from that perspective. And that's what I get with you. It's like you are going to have a success so huge that it massively expands your perspective, and something that seems like a problem or an obstacle becomes like that bird's eye view person where you can no longer see it, or it's no longer relevant for you. It seems to just vanish, even though you never really, it's like you never had to overcome it or break through it. You just expanded beyond it. Maybe this is an experience you've had in your life in the past, but I'm just strongly getting that this is going to be happening for you, where you are going to be expanding into a next level where things that previously seemed like obstacles will become so irrelevant because of how small they are compared to the place or the thing that you have expanded into. So what else can I channel about this victory coming in your work or finances? Okay, so if you've been struggling with something or having some kind of disagreement with an employer, with coworkers, with people in your life, I'm getting this sense of something reaching a compromise, reaching some kind of an agreement, the end of some sort of struggle here. And I almost feel like this is a form of divine intervention. So this compromise or this agreement seems to just happen very spontaneously. It's like a spontaneous manifestation. It's like you suddenly receive news that something is fixed or something is resolved or that something has come to a compromise, and you're going to feel as though you didn't even have to take any action for this. But this is because it's actually a form of divine intervention in the sense that these circumstances are responding naturally to a shift in your energy. It's like not even requiring you to work things out here, but just to focus on your own personal energy, because that frequency seems to naturally work things out here. Now, I did get the Sun card reversed and the Ten of Cups in the reverse position. So I am picking up on some kind of, most likely, a masculine energy that is feeling in a very stagnant place. And there's also something about a broken connection, a broken relationship, a broken home life, and some kind of fixation on this. This person may have created some kind of disconnect, breakup, or separation because they always hesitated to communicate how they were feeling or to take positive action towards you. This is the kind of person that would think, oh, I should do that or I should say that. But then they would never follow through with the actual concrete verbalization of that or the concrete action, because this is someone who would always step in and block themselves. I do feel that there could be some kind of deep trauma here that may have caused this person to second guess when they would go to say something or go to take action. But of course, if this is someone connected to you, that isn't necessarily an excuse. That is something that they have to heal for themselves. I feel like if this is someone from your past who treated you in this way, you've been I'm hearing guided into divine apathy, meaning total surrender, no longer taking any responsibility for this person or situation, but allowing yourself to stay in balance. Because I do feel that the way this person treated you, even if it was a reaction to their own internal trauma or past, this may have left you in a state of imbalance. Now, I do see you in the Two of Pentacles upright. And again, that victory card coming out here, but also the Knight of Swords. So there's something here about moving quickly forward into action, taking some kind of opportunity here. Someone who's very strong, assertive, decisive. Of course, this could be you. You might be in this state of just really knowing what you want in your life, being very direct. I'm hearing because of your connection to your own higher self and to the divine, you feel comfortable to be positively assertive about what you want, either in your career, in your work, in your friendships, in your life. And this has made you incredibly magnetic with the Queen of Wands. But I'm also picking up that for some of you, this Knight of Swords might actually be a person who is wanting to move very fast with you, who feels very decisive towards you. Okay. I'm hearing a knight, a page, and an emperor. So this won't be for everyone, but for some of you listening, you might have multiple different masculine energies in your life. Especially if you resonate more so with the divine feminine, you might have this so-called knight, page, and emperor. So you could even have these three different masculine energies trying to connect with you. They're all sitting on the crown chakra. So even though I feel like I'm speaking to a very specific person, and by the way, this could be platonic, romantic, in business, this doesn't have to necessarily be just in your love life, but I am going to channel into this dynamic specifically for those of you connecting with this. I'm picking up that one of these individuals with this Six of Cups and the Temperance card is someone that you either knew when you were younger or when you were even a child, a teenager, a young adult, or simply someone who really brings out your inner child and connects with you from that very light, playful inner child place. This is someone who, when you speak to them, you instantly feel calm because they have a very gentle energy. They seem to bring a lot of calm into your life. But if this is someone from your past, this may have been someone that you separated from, or there was, I'm hearing a necessary separation. There may have been some reason that the two of you couldn't come together. If they're not someone from your past, then this is someone who's been heartbroken in the past, and this is something that they've had to heal from. And this has made them very selective about who they date or connect with. But you are someone that with the Nine of Cups, they really see as their wish come true. You seem to fulfill everything that this person desires, and you are probably aware of this on some level, even if they haven't necessarily verbalized this to you specifically. I'm getting the Fool card. So this is someone who's ready to jump in with you, even though they feel a little bit like they're being idealistic, or they really don't know how the two of you are going to work things out or where it's going to go, but they really enjoy connecting with you. They see you as that wish fulfillment. And with the Knight of Cups, it's like they're ready to just be foolish if that's what it takes, to take some kind of chance and to make an offer to you. This has a very gentle, stable, potentially long-term kind of essence to it. This very much feels like a harmonious soulmate kind of relationship, because again, I'm sensing sort of a divine quality to all of these three different energies. Keep in mind that when I say energies, different energies can connect with the same physical person. And of course, for others of you, only some of these might connect, or maybe none of them. Only take it as it connects with your intuition. But I now want to channel into, because I feel that was most likely the page here. the Page of Cups, meaning an offer that might seem small on the surface, but this person's very sensitive, gentle, thoughtful. Okay, now let's talk about the Knight. I said there's potentially a Knight, a Page, and an Emperor. So what is this Knight energy? First of all, it feels very fast moving, like almost a little fast for comfort. This person may want to move so quickly with you that it leaves you kind of needing some space, pulling back, feeling a little ungrounded here. But there is still a lot of excitement to this connection. Yeah, with the Queen of Swords, I feel as though you're being very careful when it comes to this energy because of how fast this person seems to want to move with you. You are coming off to this person as someone who is very selective, and your energy is, it's difficult to put into words, but there is this bite to your energy in the sense that this divine protection will block people from entering your life until they do the inner work necessary to bring value to your life. And I feel like this person is trying to move so quickly that those walls of divine protection have kind of gone up here a bit, either with you kind of pacing this, or even your guides or your higher self kind of naturally pacing this connection. Interesting. This might bring a lot of inspiration into your life, though. It does feel like there's a lot of positive energy flowing here, but I'm just hearing slow down. It's almost like you or your guides are making this person slow down, this Knight of Swords, slow down in order to, I'm hearing, to evolve internally before they approach you so that they really have something of value to offer you. So I'm going to go ahead and channel a bit more into the Emperor because this is the third energy. Now, for some of you, I'm getting this Emperor is the evolved version of this Knight of Swords. So it's this person who was trying to come in very quickly, but in a form where they're more matured or evolved. Now, for others of you, this could be an entirely different physical person. So I'm hearing this is someone who adds protection to your life. We have the Five of Swords, the Ten of Cups reversed. The Five of Swords is actually reversed here as well. These cards are really interesting because I'm hearing the transformation into the Emperor. Even if this Emperor is someone completely different and someone you haven't met, the thing about this energy is they've had to go through a lot of personal trials and tribulations to allow them to evolve into this Emperor. So if this isn't someone that you've met yet or someone you've met recently, they've had to go through all of this in their own personal life before receiving the opportunity to connect with you or to meet you physically. For others of you, if this is someone from your past, then this is someone who you may have had a separation with, and then they've had to go through these massive trials and transformations to become this Emperor here. Because in their prior state with the Ten of Wands reversed, there would have been too much heaviness around the connection that would have prevented it from moving forward. But I am seeing that this person seems to have, or they will be overcoming these trials in their life that seem to involve learning a lot of karmic lessons with the throat chakra around connecting with their truth and seeing the value of truth over superficiality, seeing the value of authenticity over the superficial or the material. This is also someone who's had to learn lessons around how, with the Ten of Cups reversed on the crown chakra, when they hesitate or act indecisive on a divine connection or on a rare opportunity, they are going to create their own regret and unhappiness that's going to stick with them. So maybe they've done that in the past, or maybe with you, this has occurred between the two of you. But regardless, this person is learning how to take positive, decisive action towards what they want so that they aren't in regret. And this seems to ultimately be evolving them into this emperor energy, into someone who can connect with you as the Queen of Wands, who can meet you in your confidence, in your power. I do see them possibly focusing a lot on stabilizing themselves in the material world, focusing on potentially their career or their finances or something material or physical for them. And they've had to do a lot of this alone with the Hermit, but this has led to a very, very stable root chakra energy with the Ten of Pentacles. That is what is allowing them ultimately, when they enter or re-enter your life, to offer you this level of protection, because they've stabilized themselves through their own loneliness to that kind of degree. So in the extended version of this reading on Patreon, I will be taking a look at how this situation with any of these three masculine energies, however these are showing up in your life, might be moving forward into the future. We're also going to be looking at anyone or anything that might be connecting with you energetically at this time, and any other details or pieces of information that want to come through. So the link to access the extended version of this reading is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. I am going to close the reading with one final Rumi Oracle card, and I've pulled two cards here, actually, Layla and Blood Angel. So I'm just going to read a little bit from the guidebook here. In the midst of the darkness, a moon appeared with its brilliance. Stepping down from the clouds, it glanced at me. Like a falcon that hunts a bird and steals it away, it captured me and flew back to infinite space. As I looked for myself, I could not find me, for my body had become all soul in the tenderness of love. The 9 spheres of heaven dissolved in that moon as the ship of my existence drowned in the sea of love. Rumi. And the guidebook also says, why is this coming to you? You are ready for it. You have outgrown what has been, and it cannot satisfy your soul anymore. A part of you, your mind perhaps, may question whether or not you really want the change inherent in this oracle, divine gift or not. Remember that in any divine gift, no matter whether it seems to come at first through obvious bestowal of grace, such as a wish coming true or a prayer being answered, or through a hidden grace of a loss or ending in our lives, there is always greater life within it. The blood angel tells you to not make yourself too small for what is happening in your soul and life now by holding on to what you know, or holding on when it is better to let go. It may not be easy, but you will gain more trust in the divine, in you, in life, and great power and heavenly play can and will flow through your soul into the world. So I feel like that is a beautiful place to close this first reading here on YouTube. If you do resonate with my energy, of course, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. And of course, if you do want to continue with me to the extended version of this reading on Patreon, where I will be heading to next, the link to that is underneath the video. Otherwise, I am sending you all huge amounts of love and light energy. Have an amazing remainder of your day and week, and I will connect with you here again in Friday's reading.